Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Roz McCarthy here, and I'm so excited to be with you because we're talking about cannabis and supplier diversity for the next 30, 45 minutes. Please make sure you bring in other folks in, invite them and join us, invite your friends. This is such an important topic, and more importantly, you're going to meet a lady who is fantastic, who is in our industry as a supplier. I can't wait to introduce you guys. So bring your friends in. I'm rocking it out today, everybody. I'm rocking it out today. So happy to be with you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Roz McCarthy here. So excited to be with you. And you are now here with me with MPROCURE. MPROCURE, you guys, is it is a concept, a program that I created back in 2021 towards the end, and it was focused on supplier diversity. Mind you, our industry is growing exponentially every single year. However, opportunities to be a licensed operator and being able to be in a state where you're a dispensary, a cultivator, or a manufacturer, those opportunities in some states are non-existent. In other states, it's very competitive, and it can be a challenge to say the least. And what I want us to understand is that supplier diversity, the conversation about supplier diversity, has always been a part of our vernacular. And from a minority business perspective, with our federal government contracting opportunities, working with the VA, working with different agencies within the federal government, they have a buy-in program that's focused on supplier diversity. So all we want to do at M4MM is to see our cannabis community, our industry, to support and uplift the whole premise and purpose of supplier diversity in cannabis. So that means if you have a contract to do business, we want you to contract with diverse suppliers. So I want you guys to understand that we have to sound the horn that shouldn't be an issue that is a afterthought. This needs to be a priority in cannabis. So my first guest for the month of January, the first Friday of the month, we have our first Friday spotlight, and our first guest is Miss Lena Trinidad. Hi, Lena. How are you? Hey, honey. How are you?
Hey, I am so excited.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to First Friday. We're here with MPROCURE, and it's about supplier diversity. But first and foremost, Lena, please introduce yourself to our audience. Tell them who you are, where you're located, kind of what you've been doing in life, like your professional background, and a little bit about how you entered into the cannabis industry as a supplier.
Perfect. Well, hi, everybody. Again, my name is Lena Trinidad, and I am with Excel Promotional Products. By the way, real quick, my email and website are in the chat, so go ahead and grab those if you need them right away. But first, I want to say thank you so much, Roz and M4MM, for having me on the show and being able to highlight. I know you are doing huge things with Black Buddha. Very excited, especially what I hear up in the Northeast, which is actually where I'm from. So let's get right into that. I'm a Jersey girl. Jersey girl, and
out to Jersey.
That's right. Jersey's hot right now. And although I just moved to Florida, but we love Florida too. We love Florida
too.
So currently, like I said, I'm in Florida, West Palm Beach, and Excel Promotional Products is, like I said, the business that I am with. I'm the business development, and it's a small family-owned business. So they are women-owned, minority-owned, family-owned, been in business for over 25 years. Miss Johnny, the owner, is amazing. She's a Delta. She has worked in physical therapy. And so this promotional product business is her baby, and it's been her baby for all this time. And she's done great work. But there's a time to move things into another direction and pass things on and bring them. She's still doing all the stuff on the back end, and I'm now doing stuff on the front end to try to move the company forward. And certainly not let it go, right? There's been times, and you were just speaking about diversity and supplier diversity. So this is an amazing company. It's been in existence, and it's been doing the work.
Right.
And so, it's super important to continue and to move it forward and to even gain and move into a couple other industries like we're going to talk about here in a moment.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when you think about supplier diversity, what does that mean to you? Like, because I'm gonna tell you what it means to me, but I would love to give you that first opportunity of saying, what does that mean to you, especially as a business owner, partner in a business? Like, what does that mean?
So it means a lot in the idea that entrepreneurship is how you build generational wealth. Our counterparts out there have known that for years, and the idea that, I believe you said it earlier, maybe it was on the online you were on earlier, about taking some of this market share, because there's no reason not to, right? These businesses are here, they're in existence. They may not have always had a seat at the table because, entrepreneurship wasn't allowed at a certain point for Black and brown folks, right?
Yeah,
And women. Let's not forget that. So when you
right.
have a women minority owned business who is out here, it's not enough just to do business with other women minority owned businesses. It's not just enough to do business with other small businesses, although that's always important, partnering and bringing each other up. But some of the large organizations, there are contracts set aside for a reason, right? We didn't create this problem. In fact, we're here trying to solve it. And the idea that, having a supply diverse chain means a lot in the, you can go to more than one person, you can get different quality, you can get different personal customizations because you are working with a small family owned company. And, that's how this country was built, by people, finding something they can do, doing it well, and then trading, or, trading for services, but working with other people. So
Sure.
I think it's super important, especially for these large organizations, to diversify. There's no need for them not to, if you have more than one person you can get packaging from, you have more than one person, share the love.
Right, right. So in a nutshell, it's like share the love, and also there's a great business case for supplier diversity, right? Because I think that we bring to the table our world experiences. We bring in the opportunity of bringing customers to the table because of just natural. If I'm a contractor with your company, I'm going to tell people that I have you as a client, and maybe that's going. People are asking questions like, how do you how do you define, how do you show your impact for social impact and social equity and things of that nature outside of just operator as a license holder? And supplier diversity is where it's at. So let me just give a shout out to everyone that's coming in. Thank you for coming in, Jeff Booker, Danielle Nicole. Of course, we got Cannabis LLC. Good afternoon. So happy to see you. So the conversation is about supplier diversity, and more importantly, we are highlighting and spotlighting Lena Trinidad. Lena has a promotional company called Accel, ASACCEL promo.com. So you guys see it running across the bottom of our screen.
Right.
Go check them out right now. What's up, Nate Hicks? So happy to see you, brother. Maryland in the house. So so one of the most important things that I think as an industry, so everybody that's on listening, if you're in the cannabis industry, how do we, and I need suggestions, and if you guys have ideas, how do we get more of our big cannabis companies to contract their services? That's everything from accounting, legal, promotional items, marketing, when it comes. I'm sorry, go for it. What did you say?
I was going to say transportation, cleaning, janitorial service. Like, this is the whole concept that you're trying to bring, I think. And to your point, there are people who do the same thing, right? There are plenty of people who have a janitorial company, right? So why not use one for this and one for that and one for that? There's no need to put it all in one bucket. Now you have a diverse bucket, right? Which they bring different things to the table, different thought processes, different energy, different cultures.
Right. And sometimes we bring in a very competitive pricing that's going to save you in the long run, right?
Oh, that's absolutely. We didn't even talk about pricing yet.
I mean, so flexibility of working with smaller companies and women-led companies and Black and brown-led companies is so critical, or what have you. So what I want to kind of segue into is really talking about you, because today is all about you, Lena. It's all about this beautiful woman who is she's an entrepreneur, she's a business owner, she's touching different folks, other different touch points in the industry. We're going to talk about your promotional company right now. And who's the ideal client for you? when it comes to that type of service as promotional items. And it's not just a pen or a t-shirt or a hat. Let's talk about that.
Yes, that's perfect segue. So yes, Excel Promotional Products, again, 25 years plus in business. So what that means is this is a strong business, right? They've done business. We've done business for cities, municipalities, school districts. We've done business for large companies. We've done business for a reunion, a family reunion. So when you think about promotional products, don't just think about, like we said, the pen, right? We all know that there's a logo in a pen and there's 10,000 different pens and they can be used for different things. And I'll get back to that. But promotional products is more than just what you see on the table. It's a gift. It's an item. It is something to really show your brand. So one of the biggest things I want to talk about is how can you use promotional products to show off your brand, to bring brand awareness. And one of those ways, besides a trade show, right? We're all very familiar with trade shows. People show up, there's items, although there's still room for innovation there. Create something that somebody wants to come to your table. Create something that people say, oh, where'd you get that? That's what you want. You know, again, everybody has a pen, everybody has a mint. Find something, talk to your promo product person, me, Lena, and we will come up with ideas together. So that's part of our service. I really like to see what your event is. And we talk about the why. What is the purpose of that event? Is it to just show your brand off? Is it to introduce a new product? Is it to show appreciation and referrals? I think people really miss that part of it. If you're in a business doing business with other businesses, showing them your appreciation when you get a referral from them, or just at the end of the year or birthdays, whatever that case is, office appreciation. So, you know, your employees work from home. They should have a logo, a cup, a mouse pad, and something. Make it functional, but also make it show off, right? Because we get so many products, especially at a trade show, right? How many people just throw them away?
Right.
You really want to find stuff that, if you want to be a household name, right? This is my little tip, especially for cannabis companies right now. If you want to be a household name, get your logo inside the house. Get it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So put it on a frother. We love frothers right now, right? We work from home. We make coffee. Get the little.
I was going to say, what's a frother? Okay, is that what the froth? Oh.
Handheld is battery operated. You put your logo on that. So now
you could do so you could do. Oh, you know what? I had an idea of like a car diffuser. Like, you know how when you ride in your car, get a diffuser. And you put essential oil in it, and then you have it branded. I will tell you a trick or a tip I learned many, many years ago. Is that whenever you do a product, tell me if this is right or wrong, Lena, that you should always have some type of contact information, either a phone number or a website on there, because it's one thing to have a product with your logo, but if they don't know how to go reach you or find you or learn more about you, why, you know, it's like almost like, why does it matter?
That was a waste of money. And what I will say, and especially, you know, the pandemic revisited this, but I was already on this before the pandemic, but the QR code, you don't understand the power of a QR code.
Really?
Because
people are learning how to use it now. Like before,
it was rough for a little while, right? I was on it before the pandemic. Once that hit, everybody now, like all of our cameras, it's just a super easy thing. But what people don't understand is that's like a walking billboard. Because analytic wise, you're getting analytics. So you know who's hitting it, when they're hitting it, what they're doing with it. But you can change where it's pointed. So think about this. The phone wallet, that's one of the like most popular ones I feel like I've seen with the QR code on it, the little thing that sticks to the back of your phone, right? Put your QR code, your name, put your QR code on that. Now, that's your first giveaway, right? At the trade show. All right, that's great. You put it on your phone. Now I got a QR code. I'll hit it. That's fun. I sign up for a newsletter. That's what it's meant for, right? But now you've got that person in your newsletter. You send out a newsletter over and over again. Now this time you say, hey, everybody, you've got our QR code. We've just changed where it's pointing. Enter this contest. They already have the QR code. You've already given it to them. Plus, whoever the new people are that are getting the new item with the QR code.
Right.
So,
So,
yeah.
so when we talk about, because I think sometimes people think that in order to get the good promotional items, that it's going to be so expensive you can't afford it. But you don't have to give them out to every single one. You could create like little contests that allows you to buy maybe a small amount, and it's based upon who wins that contest. But you're basically pulling them into the contest through the QR code.
Correct. So that QR code, like I said, it's already out there. Now you change where it's pointed. You create a new opportunity to interact and engage.
I put this up on there. The QR code generator is a free go. It's like there's one free, but it's one paid. I use it with InfoMM, and it's great. It's like it has analytics. It's great. You go create the QR code. You label it. You connect it. You can make it different colors. You can make it have a picture in the middle, a logo in the middle.
Well, good.
And then you save it, and then you embed it in whatever graphics that you do. So that's just a FYI. So go ahead, Lena.
I was just going to say, I use one called Flow Code. It's very similar. There's a free and a paid version and everything you just talked about. So same things, but yeah, definitely get you a QR code, get it on. And I will say though, for instance, you're not going to get a QR code on the pen. There's not enough real estate for that. So keep that in mind as well, what things you're going to put it on, right? And one of those other ideas that I'll give you too is the pizza cutter, the frother, the pizza cutter. It just goes back to my idea of make them useful. I've had things in my kitchen drawer with a logo on them for years.
So we could do more than just pens. We could do more than just hats. Think about not mints, not like, and when I say pen, it could be a writing pen or it could be a stick pen. More than that, I know with us we've done buttons, but okay. So what do you have? Show us what you have. You got notepads. So tell us, because listen, Steve Leben, who is this? It was like great information, because it's so critical for us to be able to, like, you assume we know this stuff, but we don't, right?
You really don't. Right. This is a coaster.
Very cute.
Right? It's a word. You can use words to you can put your logo on it, and it's a coaster. I love coasters. I don't know why coasters went away, but I need a coaster on. I have 3 of them on my desk right now because I have a cup and I have this. Probably comes from living up north where everything sweats, right? Yes. So I don't put anything down unless it's on a coaster. So coasters, I think, are one of those things that, again, somebody's going to see over and over and over again. Lanyards. Everybody uses lanyards. Look, I have a little box right here.
Everybody uses lanyards. But so tip number 1 is find something that's useful, right? So, okay, so what do you do if you have someone? Well, first, let me answer this question. So Ken Newman says, I love promotional products that tailor to the services that you provide, i.e. a free consumption journal or a dosing chart that can be utilized daily and be that constant reminder. So that's a great point.
Perfect.
Is there a book of ideas of different items, or is that where they come in and to see you, Lena? Go for it.
Yeah, that's, you can peruse a website all day long and look through stuff, and that's great. But having somebody like me work with you gets you out of just the pen and the notebook and the whatnot. Because like I said, I really try to curate what you're doing. We talk about what's the event. How do you want them to feel when they take your item with the logo away? Right? Do you want them to just be like, all right, that's cool, I'm glad it was free? Or do you want it to reflect, like Cannabis was saying, my cohort, by the way, my teammate. So, yes, ma'am. Well, BCB cohort, shout out.
BCB cohort. Well, shout out to the BCB cohort in the room. Love you guys.
Yes, from all over, 60 strong now. Talk about building a supply chain. Wrap that back around. But yes, having, the perfect item for the perfect event, for the perfect feel, that is what my service is. That's me for a service, right? You can go on to Vistaprint and print your logo on something. Now, I don't suggest it because the quality and the look and all those other things that come into it, but you could, right? You can get some stuff with a logo on it, but do you really know if that's what's best? Do you really know if that's, one of the great things out there? So we actually have over 9,000 suppliers that we have access to, right? So that's a whole nother kind of a thought. You might go on Vistaprint and it might be quick and it might look okay, right? But I have the opportunity to shop it around. I have the opportunity to find one that might be close to you to reduce shipping cost. I have relationships that we can do a couple different things that you just don't see, right? We can do a kit. We can put it together and have a whole kitting situation where we send it out and it's all nice and pretty in a box and whatnot.
Nice.
So there's a lot of things that, yes, we would provide you as a service by, you come to us, we discuss it, we discuss your budget. Don't come to me and say, I want the cheapest pen. Because first of all, there's 3,200 pens, right? Don't tell me a pen. And this is actually a good learning lesson too. When you deal with your promotional product person, listen, these are the things you need to know, because this is what matters. You need to know your budget. Like, you're all in budget. Tell me that. So I can start gauging whether or not you want a 36-cent pen or you want a pen for somebody.
Yes, or a $5 pen or a $2
pen. Exactly. So you have to tell me your budget. You quantity, right? Because again, I can get 12 of something, I can get 1,000 of something. They differ highly. Tell me your time frame, right? Don't expect people to be able to deliver something to you in less than 2 weeks, and you're not going to pay more for it either, right? Typical lead times, if you have artwork nice and vector camera ready artwork, which if you don't have, we can get always for you. But if you have it, we'll charge you for it, but we can get it. But if you've got good artwork and a really solid, you know exactly what you want. 2 weeks, totally okay for the most part, especially if we're getting it domestic, right? But if you need artwork done, and if it's a little bit of a complicated back and forth and multiple items, give yourself a month. 6 weeks would be amazing, right? And that just goes to show that another service we can help provide is planning, right? So let's talk about what you want to do this year. Let's talk about the trade shows you're going to, or the activity that you're going to be doing, right? Hey, cohort. And let's get a plan in place. That way we can back engineer the dates we need to have. Maybe you can, if you think about it, you do need 1,000 shirts because there are 5 events that you might do, and we can generically make these shirts so that you can get the price point for the 1,000 instead of ordering 20 for this one and 50 for that one and 30 for that one, right? Yeah. So that's really important. So I would say planning ahead is something that I feel like people do not do with promotional products. You leave it to the last minute, not sure why. It's a budget, it's a line item, it's in your marketing. And if it's not, you need to make it one. All of us budding entrepreneurs out there, add more products to your budget line items.
I don't know about you, but clients you have, I'm so wishy-washy about what I want or what I don't want. And I'm dealing with it on the nonprofit side, but now also for Black Buddha, and understanding what's going to go over well, who's my intended audience, because my audience for M4MM is going to be different for Black Buddha. And so these are some learning lessons and kind of absorbing this to understand, kind of just what's the best way to make this work, right? And that's why you are here. Do you see, have you, let's just say over the last year, have you been able to facilitate some meetings with some cannabis companies? And it could be, MSOs, it could be mid-level. How's that been, you marketing yourself to them? Like what do you do? And take us through that journey.
Yeah, so M4MM has been a beautiful part of that. And so we did this MPROCURE already once, and I was a part of that. And I'll just say that it has not materialized yet, a large MSO. However, I've done my part, right? Which wasn't easy. So what I would say is be ready to give the information you need to give to be legit. Right. So if you're a legitimate business and you want to work with some of these big ones, have your paperwork ready in order. They're going to ask you for it. The faster you can turn it around, the faster they know you're serious, you're on point, because they're always a little hesitant working with a new vendor, working with somebody, they haven't vetted out perhaps. And unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but there is a stigma sometimes around minority vendors. I didn't start that. That is what it is. Like, oh, are they going to be able to do it on time? And especially it's too small when you're dealing with a big MSO. If we're a small company, they really question that. So have examples, have
testimonials or references as well.
Testimonials.
Even your website, that is your business calling card about who you are and what your capacity of being able to deliver. And I would say, regardless of whatever you are as a supplier, know your business. Like, be able to talk your business front to back, back to front, and everything in between, right?
Correct. It's hard sometimes in the promo products. Again, I know what we're doing, but because, people will be like, how much is a pen? No, that's not the way this works. You know what I mean? But I know
consultative selling, guys. This is consultant. I am a consultant to help you and to maximize the whole opportunity.
Exactly. That's 100% true. Like, let's talk about what you need first. Don't start just asking me for pricing of random items. But go on my website. You can go look them up, right?
Right, for yourself, right? But experience that you are trying to create. So, Lena, let's talk about, you got, like, of course, the promotional item side, but talk about through your journey into cannabis, how you've connected with some really beautiful people. You've did a shout out to the cohort, and so you could talk about that and that connection. But I think it's important for people to understand that supplier diversity doesn't have to mean just one business line item of that you're touching. It could be other things as well. And we'd love for you to share from that perspective.
Perfect. Thank you. So just some things I'm repping right now, right? Let's look at the logos I have on. So Canna Coverage, i.e. we did these shirts. So thank you.
Awesome.
So, I'm, as you say, one of the ways I'm prospecting and getting business is being out there, right? Showing up. So I've shown up to lots. And the more you show up and the more you interact and show love to others, right? That's kind of one of my major things. I'm always trying to find, how can I support this other company? And in that end, I will eventually, and have been, getting some business for promo products. But I also do cannabis insurance. So I'm in that space where we talk about, the business side of it. If you have a regular business, you need business insurance. If you have a cannabis business, you need cannabis business insurance. People don't totally understand that they're different. They don't totally understand that, well, it's an illegal state, right? No, it's still federally illegal. There is stuff going on. So please, if you have a cannabis business or hemp or CBD, any of those plant touching, or any business that works with the business that's plant touching, please seek out kind of the experts in that field, which again, I would say Canna Coverage is one of the experts in the insurance field in cannabis. The other opportunity that I have, and let me just shout out Nichelle and Jeff while I'm here. Nichelle Santos, who is our co-director of M4MM in New Jersey. And Jeff Booker being, a 25-some year insurance person. So we have experts in the fields who are now bringing their expertise into cannabis.
Yes.
So we love that. Trinity.
Let me stop right here. You guys, everybody that's listening, let's figure out, how do we give a referral to Lena? Like, she's telling you what her businesses are. So a referral, anyone, if you know someone that has a product line or what have you, and you may think it's really expensive to get insurance, and making sure that if anything were to happen with your product, you're protected for any type of legal litigation. But let's figure out, how do we turn this opportunity and spotlighting Lena into referrals? And you guys, she's going to share about where she is on social media or what have you. But let's do that, because a referral is only, let me make an introduction, right? It's just like, hey, let me introduce you to this person and what they're doing. And I think it's so critical to build. Sometimes we're not going to have to wait. We're not going to be able to wait on an MSO to see us in our whole self, right?
Yep.
This is where you guys come together, the M4MM family, MCBA, Supernova Women, just all of these advocates fighting for, we just had Lulu with On the Revel, right?
Yeah.
On the Revel, folks that are out there referring business to suppliers. You are a supplier. So go ahead, Lena.
No, that's people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so we are on this screen, know, like, and trust. And yes, if we know each other, we should. If you do not have a personal relationship with your promo product person right now, then please reach out. I would like to be that person. So yeah, definitely. And I think, referring each other within our own supply chains is the whole walk it like you talk it, right? Like, if your entire supply chain, whoever you are on this call right now, if you have 0 diverse people in your supply chain, fix that, right? We got.
Yeah, you can't be out holding up the signs saying, we want social equity and we want to make impact, and then We talk about your workforce, but we also talk that the supply chain matters. Supply chain matters, and we need to be asking questions like, okay, so how's your supply chain look? Do you have diverse vendors in your supply chain? Exactly. So I think that's something that we should be having these conversations.
Exactly. And, women supporting women, that's a whole nother option of, again, I am going out of my way to find other women vendors, other women suppliers, because if I don't, why would they?
Right.
So I do that. I do that with minority suppliers. A lot of times, not all my suppliers, my vendors are minority, but if I'm working with the minority group, I will try to find that minority, especially if, even if it's a little bit more, it's worth it. To say that the whole chain came from there. So I try to do that too, if, need be.
So listen, we got folks they're chiming in. Keep chiming in, you guys. They're like, I'll definitely hit up Lena. Hey, we got a referral. It's a business, and so if there's any cannabis business, she provides insurance services. Let's have her there. She has this promotional company that these products that, in order to go and pop your collar so that people know who you are, your t-shirt, your hat, your hoodie, your beanie, it could be sunglasses, it could be a tote bag. I have, let me show you something I have. I got this
stickers.
I will tell you this. This is a competitor in Boston, right? And so Black Buddha is in Massachusetts. We have, so all those who don't know, Black Buddha is in Massachusetts. I'll put that in www.blackbuddha.com, blackbuddhacannabis.com. So right. There's a company, because it's called Fernway, right? Fernway they have all these vape pens, and we have a vape pen as well. But we were at an outdoor event, and they gave us this fanny pack. I love this fanny pack.
Is amazing.
It says savor the moment, right? And then it has like these straps on the side, and it has 2 pockets. It has their logo. I'm sure they spent a grip for this, but I use this like it ain't nobody's business. I am always attached to, and it's somebody who is my competitor. So if I can have a competitor's product on my body that I really like, that tells you the power of promotional items.
Yes. And let me just say something to that word competitor, if you don't mind. And this goes into a little bit, you see the Trini HC logo behind me, everybody. There are more things coming, especially things, there's a very specific thing that's coming that came out of the BCB Mastermind cohort. And it will focus on highlighting minority and women-owned businesses and being able to market so that you know whose label is. Right? When you're in the store, like, we all know you, but if nobody had heard of it and they were standing in Boston and looking at the shelves, how would they know?
Right.
So I have a solution coming out. It's still on the
hush.
You got on the hush.
I got a little something for me.
I got a little something for you, so you're gonna have to follow me because I can't tell you yet.
Let's go.
So that everybody knows whose label is like that. So like you're saying, the competition though, we're not each other's competition.
Yeah.
Until we have more market share than them, and whoever them is in your mind, whether it's Emma, but until we have more market share,
we gotta latch on together and go, okay, where's the buying power of Black businesses that are ready to go, right? So she's telling you right now, everybody, Alicia, I see you. Alicia says, I'll be contacting you, Lena.
Let's go.
Alicia, what you're looking for is you want to make sure someone can walk the talk, knows the information, and it can take you from A to Z, right? And backwards and forwards, right? And so it's so critical that we spend our money, or not even spend your money. Like if you go, well, I'm not in a position right now, make a referral, refer her to. I'm calling out, Kari Edwards with Air Wellness. I'm going to help you make that connection. He's there. He's a CSR person. You have Khadijah Tribble with Cureleaf, and you have all these Black and brown beautiful people that are running and leading this. Our goal is to get people to eyeball. And so we want to encourage folks, if you are not a part of our database, MPROCURE, that's what we're here for. We're here to do this, have this conversation. But more importantly is, if you're not registered in our database, and if you're a business, go get registered today. You can go to mprocure.org, get your business registered, because we're going to be pushing this network out, connecting you to cannabis companies. And it doesn't have to be just companies that are touching the plant. It can be IT companies. It can be media companies.
Yep.
Go reach out to Leafly. Leafly, you got all this money and you're doing all this stuff. Weed maps. What type of contracting opportunities? Go to their website. Go to where you can do contact. Go there, put your name, the name of your business, say, hi, my name is Roz McCarthy. I provide this service for the cannabis industry. I'm a minority woman-owned business, and I want to do business with you. What do I need to do to talk about contracting opportunities, right?
That's a great idea.
I
don't know that I've ever kind of put that together and just, just go to that info. I feel like sometimes we're so afraid to email the info at email because we think nobody's looking at it or something.
They're looking at it.
Somebody is.
They're looking at it. Let me tell you something, guys. There is a database. I use Cannabis Media, so that's what I'm using right now, and it's a little pricey or what have you, but it's worth it. And they have some different ways. But there's a couple other databases. I'm going to have a good friend of mine on. His name is Brandon Bobart. He's actually my my marketing director for my company. But he has so many like really cool little tidbits of companies that are out there that are up and coming that have database of all the different license holders throughout the whole entire country in every single state, Oklahoma. And go to a state where there's a lot of competition. So Lena, Oklahoma, that's where you need to go, because there's so much competition in Oklahoma, and you're going to these events and you're trying to figure out, how do I distinguish myself or differentiate myself, and putting in an order for items that's going to, like I said, I use this all of the time. It is my competitor, but I love it.
And what I say about that too is, think of, like you said earlier, you don't need 1,000 of those.
No,
right?
No.
You need 1,000 of these. Yes. And then for that person you really like, you need.
But listen, Fernway was giving these out like water. I was like, yes, I'll take 2. I think I may have about 3 of these. I gave 1 to my daughter, but it's just such a.
I need that budget.
And then, they had a big budget, right? And I don't. I'm working to that point. But even going through, and you make it useful, right? Beautiful. There's something to be said of creating something that is going to maybe feed into your subconscious, be a positive, like messaging or something. Yep. And so when I saw this savor the moment, what it's telling me is that you live every day like it's your last day, and you savor the moment. And so it wasn't even Fernway. I'm not going to buy their product, but it was the message. It was the utility of this bag. I was like, this is dope. Like, and I'm telling you,
and honestly, the fact that you're going to use it is where they're getting their true ROI from, right? That's where they get their ROI. Who's going to see it? Who wasn't at that trade show? Who wasn't there? So it goes back to the idea that, yes, make things that people are going to use, regardless if they're buying your stuff.
And if you don't have budget yet, because I'm in that. So look at me. I'm telling you right now, Roz is a poor brand, but we're working and we're building. But when you get to that point where you have budget, you hire someone like Lena. She gives you even now, she can point you towards, go and make your wish list right now. Go make a wish list. If you're someone, you got a business and you say, okay, I can't get it right now, I'm not in a position, but I want to have a wish list of things that I want to put together, to contact Lena. She can maybe give you a directory, go through there and make your wish list of items that you are going to want to have out into the universe in 2023. And I guarantee if you put it out and put it into your subconscious and adopt that, you will see it come to fruition. I'm a witness.
I'm a witness too. This whole BCD mastermind has changed my life. I cannot say how much gratitude I have. In fact, Counselor Powell is in our cohort. She's huge in New York. She was huge in Florida, but now she went to New York to help.
Yeah. Cheryl Murray Powell used to be. Let me tell you something. My connection to so many people, like she used to be our general counsel with M4MM, and then she's been growing and just pursuing her dreams and just making big things happen. We have giving back, right? Giving and us ones. Right. And still coming and sharing. We have to stay connected. And that's why we have MPROCURE. And I just want to invite you guys every first Friday of the month. Make sure you tap into us. We're going to have this video Listen, I know that's right. The money cometh, girl. Yes, sir. Yes, Danielle.
It's
So
raining.
it's going to rain down. This year, 2023 is the year of the harvest. I was born on December 7th. So 7 is my power number. And this is my 7th year of our 7-year anniversary for M4MM. And if you add 2, 0, 2, and 3 is 7. I'm telling you right now, this is our harvest, everybody. It's not just my harvest, it's your harvest. You got to live it, you got to breathe it, you got to feel it, you got to be connected, but you got to be intentional. So I need you guys to make sure, if you put in chat, I'm going to contact Lena. Her information is right here.
Yes.
Contact her. Stay connected with her. Okay.
Yep. Make sure you follow me on socials too, because like I said, there's something coming for our minority and women-owned businesses to get out, to be visible, branding, awareness, some fun involved. And I definitely cannot wait to bring that to you. So I'm so happy for this opportunity. Gratitude is my word for 2023. And my numbers are 3s. It's raining 3s. So
threes. That's listen. So Lena's number is 3s, mine is 7. This is my power word for this year is harvest. It is the harvest time. We've been planting seeds, we've been watering, we've been nurturing the ground, we've been toiling, we've been putting the sunlight on it. Now, honey, the fruit is the plant is bearing fruit. It is now time to harvest. And I pray that everyone in 2023 that you have a bountiful harvest. Lena, thank you so much for being on with me. You are a jewel. You guys, make sure you reach out to Lena. She is an entrepreneur, a woman, badass, business owner. Let's refer her business and let's see her 3s go ching, 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 ching. Right? I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys keep tuning in to MPROCURE. If you are not a part of MPROCURE, please go to our website, www.mprocure.org, and make sure that you are registered in our network. You need to get connected with us. Please do that today. Do not stop. Do not think about it. Go do it today. And give Lena a very special shout out and just give her some love. Go see her. Her information is at the bottom. You guys, she's ready. She's ready to do business and you need her. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's make it a great year. Talk to you next month on MPROCURE first Friday.